Round 3 of Six Nations is here. Another huge clash with Ireland travelling to Wales to face off at the Principality. Two teams on different ends of form. At the moment, Ireland flying high while Wales really down in the dumps. Wales at the Principality not to be underestimated at all, but Ireland will be looking at a convincing win here and nothing less. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments, how do you see this game playing out? What do you think of the Irish team? While I'm recording this, I only have the Irish team out. Wales haven't put their team out. What do you think of the Irish team, the changes? Who do you think is going to play well? Who isn't? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So big news obviously being Warren Gatland stepping down as Welsh coach. Matt Sherratt, Cardiff coach, is the interim coach for Wales for the remainder of the Six Nations. We share the same surname, so I feel a little bit bonded to Wales for this one. But will that release a bit of pressure from this Wales team? Can we see them with a bit more excitement, a bit more throwing the ball around, a bit more chancing their arm? Because it's kind of the pressure's off you now, I think at least, and it's like, just go out there and play rugby. And that's what... It sounds simple, it sounds basic, like yes, everyone's going out there to play rugby, but there's been so much talk about Gatland. Yes, he's done such good things for Wales and Welsh rugby, but this last tenure that he's had has not been great for him at all. He's out of the way now. Not saying out of the way, but he's not there anymore. What can happen? What can happen for Wales? Looking at the moment, while I'm recording this, I've only got Ireland's team. They've just announced it, so it's kind of a live reaction to it. And oh man, I love this team. So Andrew Porter, Dan Sheehan, Thomas Clarkson up front. Dan Sheehan captain. How good is that? Then Joe McCarthy back in, Tide Byrne as locks, and then back row of Peter O'Mahony, Josh van der Fleer, and Jack Conan. Obviously, Caelan Doris picking up a little niggle injury. Then the back line, Jamison Gibson-Park, Sam Prendergast, Robbie Henshaw and Gary Ringrose in the centres, and then back three of James Lowe, Mac Hansen and Jamie Osborne. My team that I predicted, very, very close to this, guys. If I must say so myself, very, very close. I think there's 2 or 3 differences here. Pretty good. Backline, bench, you got Gus McCarthy, Jack Boyle, the little star there. He's obviously going to make his debut. Finlay Bealham, James Ryan, Cian Prendergast, Conor Murray, Jack Crowley, and Bundy Aki. Quickly, going back to Tide Byrne, I was told that it is Tig. You say Tig Byrne? I was told that in the comments by an Irish person. Is that right? My Irish fans, is Tide Byrne fine? Is it Tig Byrne? How do you guys pronounce it? Let me know in the comments. What a team. I love it. So firstly, love Dan Sheehan, captain. How good is that? That's a bit of a look into the future. Well, not look into the future. I think him and Caelan Doris are the same age. What am I saying? Caelan Doris obviously not there. So Dan Sheehan getting the captain's armband. Love that. Big Joe McCarthy coming back in. How good to see him back in it. Like I said, in my predicted squad, it's a good game for him to get back in the mix. O'Mahony obviously getting another crack at 6, and then I love that they've got Cian Prendergast on the bench, James Ryan obviously on the bench there as well. Then the back line. This is I love Jamie Osborne in there. I had him predicted on the wing, but just get him in there, man. He's just a pocket rocket, ball of energy, loves getting involved in the game. I love the work rate he gets around the park, or he gets involved in without the ball. So he's cleaning of rucks, the tackles he makes, being that support player as well, really good. And we saw what he did on debut at fullback versus the Springboks, Jamie Osborne, and now he's back at fullback. Love it, love it. Mac Hansen's in for a big one as well. And then I love the combination, I called it as well, Gary Ringrose and Robbie Henshaw. Love the Leinster little combination there. Good to see Prendergast starting again. And he could have, there'd be the proudest moment for the Prendergast family is there's probably the higher chance of the Prendergast brothers playing together at the same time, Cian Prendergast being on the bench. And then for the backs, obviously Conor Murray, Jack Crowley and Bundy Aki on the bench. I'm looking at Bundy Aki for my super sub in my fantasy. That'll be nice if he comes on there. All right, getting to a little preview. It's hard to do the matchups because I'm not too sure how Wales' team's going to look like, but I'm still going to run through them quickly. Front row is always a big battle. You're looking at Sheehan, Porter, and who's the other one? Clarkson starting up front for Ireland. And then the game is won or lost up front. In the scrums, in the line-outs, mainly scrums, carrying the ball as well. And then let's just watch, and I've touched on this and how good Andrew Porter is at bringing that extra bit of flair to the front row position. You're bringing in those second efforts on defense, cleaning well, making a bunch of tackles. Your ability to ball play as well, also massive. So that's going to be a big battle there. The back row is always a physical battle. You're looking at guys like Jack Morgan, Follital might be there as well for Wales, maybe Aaron Wainwright. And then obviously for Ireland is Omani, Van der Fleer and Conan. Conan been in sensational form off the bench. I'm very excited to see what he does starting this game. Obviously, unfortunate for Caelan Doris, but man, you're not the drop off in quality there is not a lot at all. Caelan Doris, yes, amazing, but how well Conan's been playing at the moment, fantastic. I think the 10 versus 10 is going to be a big battle. It always is, no matter who's playing. Prendergast on one side, Thomas has been playing for Wales on the other side, isn't an outright 10. So interesting to see maybe Matt Sherritt comes in and changes things up a bit there, but it's always the organising, the kicking out of hand, kicking off the tee, very, very important. And then just your general decision-making, which way we're playing, where on the field we're playing, it's all up to the 10, and obviously the forwards in front of him. And then your wingers, I think, is going to be a big battle. You're looking at guys for Wales, probably Josh Adams, one wing, Tom Rogers, maybe another wing, both really good finishers, very fast as well, good in the aerial battle. That's going to be a big battle as well. And then it's just coming down to those finishing. There's going to be opportunities to score predominantly from Ireland. So Mac Hansen, James Lowe, finishing ability from those guys. And then coming off their wing and looking for work. We know what Mac Hansen, James Lowe, those guys can do when they come off their wing. Sensational players, man. I love using that word, sensational, because they are. And then Mac Hansen, out of the two, James Lowe's been playing great. Mac Hansen is due for a big game, I think. Where the game will be won or lost, kind of touching on similar things. I think the set piece, firstly, goes without saying. Your scrum, that's where the dominance of the physicality is set. The tone is set at a scrum. Usually when a scrum is dominant, that team is dominant throughout the game, because that just lays down the markers like, we here, boy. We here to scrum and we're dominating your scrum. Try and dominate us anywhere else. Line outs is going to be a massive one as well. It's your most important attacking platform. The defense is 20 meters back. 10. Yep, 20 meters back. My maths. And Ireland, we know how important a line out is for Ireland with getting into their attack shape. They run their moves off it or off the second phase of it. Very, very important. And it'll be interesting to see how McCarthy, Byrne, and then Sheehan, how they link up with their lineouts. Jack Conan will be an option in the lineouts as well. Taking opportunities. This goes for Ireland. Ireland in the first game versus England, so many opportunities that got lost or got thrown away. Probably a little bit better when it came to Scotland, but still lots of opportunities they create for themselves. They want to convert that more. Make that a 80-90% conversion rate into points, and this Irish team will beat pretty much any team because they create so many opportunities for themselves. They just want to round those out. For Wales, you're not going to have many opportunities, and I say it respectfully. You're not going to have many opportunities to score. You need to score. You need to take those opportunities. I've written here one of my things on where the game will be won or lost. I think Wales need to disrupt Ireland's ball. their flow of game. We know when Ireland get into that flow, getting over that vantage line, they're being allowed to run their plays, they're unstoppable. They really are unstoppable. If you can slow the ball down at ruck, niggle. I know it's hard to niggle the scrum halves now because of the new laws that have brought in, but if you can get Jamison Gibson-Park off his game a bit, he's so important with depicting how the tempo at which Ireland play. So if you can get him off his game a bit, disrupted like that, that can go a long way in beating this Irish side. And then I think the bench is going to play a huge part. Ireland's bench is, man, you're looking at Bundy Archie, Jack Crowley, Conor Murray, Cian Prendergast, James Ryan, Finlay Bealham, Jack Boyle, Gus McCarthy. But Jack Boyle, yes, is on debut, but the rest of the boys playing good rugby and will be itching to get out there. So the bench is going to make a huge impact again. Like we see in all rugby games nowadays, the bench from that 60-minute onwards, super important. And that's where I think the game will be won or lost. My prediction, although you never underestimate a team, and I'm not underestimating Wales at all. They're playing at home. They're going to be, regardless of past results, there's going to be a ton of people there, a ton of Welsh supporters giving it their all, backing their guys. And Wales are going to shift up a gear, a couple of gears, I think. I still don't think it'll be enough. I'd say Ireland by 15 points or more. Ireland by 15 points or more. And that's with them missing a couple opportunities, I think. It's going to be a tough game. That first half is going to be tough as nails, but I think Ireland get the job done quite comfortably in the back end of the game. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's your score prediction? What do you think of this Irish team? Can Wales put up a fight? They definitely will, and it's going to be a cracking game. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.